Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to the first episode of Magmel of the Blue Sea. So this is another Spring 2019 anime preview reaction. And if you haven't seen my ones to Fruits Basket or One Punch Man, let me quickly explain what this means. So the Spring 2019 anime season has begun, and Magmel of the Blue Sea is one of the shows in it. I will be watching the first episode of this series, just like I did with Fruits Basket and One Punch Man Season 2, and then I will determine whether or not I want to continue reacting to it or not for the channel. If I choose to continue reacting to it, at least for now, I will then decide at some point, probably after I've done everything I want to do for the previews, whether or not I want to have it in a specific slot during the week, or if I want to just kind of have it be done whenever I can get to it each week, sort of like Star Versus. But that will all be figured out later. The point of this is we're going to watch this first episode now and see what we think. So Magmel of the Blue Sea, I know nothing about this. I don't even know what the basic plot is. I saw a little bit of a trailer, not even a full thing, and I don't even remember anything about it. All I remember is that it got me interested enough to want to check this out. And I was actually suggested by my friend Harley to check it out as well. She wanted me to give it a chance. That's all she told me, though. She just said, I want you to give it a chance. That's a worrying statement, if you think about it, because it's what does that mean? Does that mean that it's something I probably wouldn't like, and you just want me to, give it a shot? Or is it something that, I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, I know nothing about this. I don't know what the plot's about. I don't know any character stuff. I don't know, even what genre it is. Magmel of the Blue Sea, though. Or Sea Blue, rather. I mean, there's a sea, I guess. Maybe. It could be metaphorical, though. That's the thing. And the Sea Blue, it could be a name of something, too. Does the word Magmel mean anything? No, all I get by looking at that is stuff from various anime, including this one. Oh, no, hold on. In Irish mythology, Magmel, 2 words this time instead of 1, and with an extra L at the end, was a mythical realm achievable through death and or glory. So, kind of like Sovngarde from Skyrim, or just that kind of stuff in general. I have no idea if this is if this has any relation to that, though. So yeah, Magmel of the Sea Blue. I know nothing, so I should probably just stop stalling at this point and get on with it and see. So let's do so. When the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you at the reaction. Okay, and we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. I'm conflicted. I am conflicted on this series, but I can tell you right now, I'm just going to say it right off the bat, we will not be reacting to this going forward. But I am conflicted on it in a way, because it wasn't as terrible as it could have been, but it had a lot of issues. The dialogue was really weird, really fucking weird. Just the way they talk to each other. Certain scenes had really weird, combination of dialogue, how do I put it? Like there were some scenes, for example, that just felt really unnecessarily quiet. There were some scenes that like felt like it was just like almost like it wasn't completed. Let's put it that way. Um, and it felt really off. A lot of the pacing in the first half of it felt really off as well, pretty much until they got to Magmel. And really, like this, the idea of the story is fine, but the actual story of what happened in this first episode felt very generic to me. However, that last part of this episode, where the brother reveals himself to be the bad guy by running his little brother through with the sword or dagger or whatever it was exactly, that did take me by surprise in a good way. That actually did. That was good. That was good. And then the ensuing fight, I mean, if you could really call it that with how one-sided it was after, was also really good. And I will admit, the part where the younger brother died, even though they tried to heal him, um, did get me a little emotional. A little bit. But I think the problem with even that was that it felt very manipulative. Like, the fact that this kid was, like, dying of this disease already, that he was very ill and very, weak-bodied, um, the fact that his parents had died, his brother ended up becoming evil, and all of this shit was going down, it's just like everything was kind of just manipulating us, and it just felt very forced. It just felt like they were doing too much to try to make us care for this kid, um, without really making it feel natural. You want to care for the kid, but you want it to feel natural. You want it to feel like it's deserved based on his character. Rather, it feels more like it's you just have to care for him. Like you're forced to because of everything he's been through rather than who he is. I don't know, it just feels off to me. The soundtrack feels really off. Like seriously, not just the opening theme, which sounds like would fit better with a romantic comedy or slice of life. Especially after watching this episode, it definitely feels like that. But the soundtrack throughout the entire episode felt like it just did not fit. The voice acting was also really off, and that kind of goes with what I was saying about the dialogue. Like it just felt like they were inexperienced, like they didn't know like what they were doing. They didn't know how to speak to each other. It just felt like really weird. Like again, it wasn't just the subtitles, it was the way they were talking, the way they reacted to certain things. I don't know what was going on there. The art and the animation are fine. Nothing great, but fine. Um, and again, it has a good concept, but I feel like it doesn't know what it's doing with it. Like it's like, okay, we have this great concept. Now, how do we actually write that? And speaking as someone who's been a writer for most of my life, I've had that happen a lot. In fact, most of the time. I've had all these amazing concepts, but I can never figure out how to write them. And so most of the time, honestly, for me, I don't even try. Because I can't figure out exactly how to write it to make it work the best that it can be. But it feels like even though they had no idea what they were going to do for the writing, they just did. They just went for it. And because of that, it feels just completely off. It's like I said, it's not as terrible as it could have been. This could have been a lot worse. I mean, believe me, there have been anime where I could not even get through the first episode. Like this, like it wasn't that hard to get through the first episode. But it was definitely noticeable with its issues. And I just feel like it wasn't as good as it could have been, and wasn't as good as honestly I feel it should have been. Again, concept is fine. I have no issue with the concept, with the idea of this island, this continent appearing out of nowhere, having all of these amazing creatures and plant life and all of this shit going on. That's fine. But it's like where they took it and everything. It just, I don't think worked. But tell me in the comments below what you thought of this first episode of Magmel of the Sea Blue. And like I said, once again, we will not be continuing to react to this. If I don't even know if I'll continue watching it on my own time. I'm just not sure yet, because I just really am not sure what to think about it, to be honest. I just really conflicted. Maybe I'll check out at least one more episode and see if it gets better, but definitely not doing reactions. So I apologize to anyone who really did enjoy this or know the source material and really like that, but yeah, I think right now it's just best to cut my losses on this one. So yeah, once again, tell me what you thought in the comments below, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.
And though you've come through many obstacles,